Hello and welcome to Segments with Mark and Amber. Segments is a comedy podcast where in each episode, Amber and I choose a topic and we talk about it in a variety of segments. My name is Mark, and with me, as always, is the chips to my dip, Amber.
Hey.
We always start with a real funny bit where I say the something to my something.
Yeah.
And it relates to our theme. And today was no different. A real funny bit where I said chips and dip. Because that's a snack.
I thought you were going to elaborate even further than that.
Nope.
Well, folks, this is episode 34, and we are talking all about Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year.
The time of chips and dip. And as always, if you want to contact us or you want to leave feedback, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at SegmentsCast, or send us a Gmail or any email to our Gmail, segmentscast@gmail.com.
Gmail only.
Gmail only.
None of those AOL or Juno people.
Sorry, Mom. No Juno coming in here. We block it.
JK, we'll take them all. A lot of times we would put in some corrections or apologies. We actually haven't had any for a while because we've been so awesome.
Yeah.
But we have two this time.
Oh, okay.
And because our last month we recorded 2 episodes on the same night.
Correct.
So some of our feedback, corrections, and apologies came way after the fact. So I do have way back from our Bible story episode.
Okay.
One of my favorite Bible stories is the story about Jacob getting tricked into marrying Leah instead of Rachel and then having to wait and marry Rachel. Well, Bobby Joe pointed out that, yes, he did have to work for Laban for 7 years to marry Leah, but then when he realized he was tricked, he didn't have to wait or work the other 7 years before he could marry Rachel. He was allowed to marry her and then had to work the 7 years. Okay. So he didn't have to wait a full 14 years for his true love, but it's still a pretty terrible thing to do, Mr. Laban.
Yeah. That's kind of worse for Leah.
Good point. She didn't get any time. I don't know how much time they had.
Yeah, you'd
So
think
it was
probably
just an
a little
immediate,
bit.
like a double wedding.
Yeah. The whole situation's pretty awkward, really.
Yeah, I don't think Leah would enjoy any of it. No. And then the other thing was a mistake I noticed when I was listening back, and I think it was from our most recent episode about parents, pop culture parents.
Okay.
And I don't know why I would have brought up these actors talking about pop culture parents, but I said that Robin Williams was in a show with Kristen Bell that is off the air now, and that because of that we were able to have The Good Place, which is great. That does have Kristen Bell, but Robin Williams was not in a show with her. He was in a show with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Gotcha.
I can't remember why I said that, but as I was listening back and I heard it, I thought, that's not right.
Oh, what a fool am I,
Yeah.
she said to herself.
I'm sure that our listeners were screaming out, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not Veronica Mars. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I realized I made that mistake. Phew.
Wait, which one of them, who, the lady from The Good Place was who?
Veronica Mars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's coming back. Veronica Mars is coming back.
Is
Maybe
she
I'll
gonna do
save
both
that
of
for
them?
a future happy place. Yes. She can do it all.
Favorite happy place?
A future happy, what's making me happy right now. That's what I was thinking of.
That's great.
When it actually comes back.
Well, thanks, Amber, for correcting your mishaps.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, that's good.
Keep
it's good to own up.
Keep bringing our corrections and apologies. We don't want them just floating out there.
Exactly. So we also had some feedback. This is from Barb regarding our most recent Parents episode. She said, I also love Steve Martin as a movie dad. Who doesn't?
Yeah, he ended up being our number one for both of them.
Exactly. Interestingly, I liked Greg's parents, Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand, much more than the main ones in Meet the Parents. And back in the olden days, I really liked Ben Cartwright on Bonanza and Andy Griffith of Mayberry. Loving, kind, thoughtful fathers.
Yes, I suppose they were.
Yeah, she's kind of letting on her age there.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that she liked Greg's hippie parents better than
because she's
Pam's
a bit of a hippie herself.
Parents. Yeah, Yeah. In a good way.
In a good way. Who else did we have, Amber?
Amy said that she liked this one about parents, and she was glad that I mentioned The Cosby Show. Thank you.
Tab, Amber.
And she was surprised that Family Ties or Full House didn't make it to the top 5.
Did I not talk about... Oh, I talked about Family Ties in the quiz.
In the quiz.
That was a fantastic show, and they were great parents. I was such a youngster.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to, and I'm glad that you didn't. It kept you on the straight and narrow.
That's right. And
hold
Full
on to your
House.
conservative ways.
Really didn't watch a lot of Full House either. I don't know if there's something wrong with that or if we were a little too old. Did you watch a lot of Full House? I've seen lots and lots of episodes, but it wasn't something that I would like run to the TV to watch.
I feel like I watched a fair amount of Full House in high school with
Like
just
when-
the guys were just
yeah.
hanging out and whatever. Full House is on. And, because that Uncle Joey's a real laugh riot. And that other guy.
Uncle Jesse's the cool one.
Jesse. You're like,
Oh,
man, how
yeah.
could I be more like Jesse? And we're trying to be rock stars. And so
Oh,
we're kind of
yeah.
watching him, trying to
Yeah.
emulate him. But it didn't really work out that well.
I
So-
found it just so cloyingly
Cloyingly sweet. What about the kind of the weird neighbor girl, whatever her name was?
Kimmy Gibbler.
Kimmy
I
Gibbler.
don't know.
You
Apparently,
know
I watched a
about
lot.
the show, so I think you did. The Olsen twins
But
were in that too.
It did not. It did not make me feel like it was must-see television. I just watched it because it was on. So
Well,
there you go.
There we go. Thank you guys so much for the feedback, and we love it when people leave feedback, so thank you so much. But Amber, let's jump right into what's making you happy right now.
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question.
okay,
Amber, what's making you happy right now?
man, I did not see that coming. What's making me happy right now is it's a Twitter account that you all are going to want to follow. It's called The Best of Next Door.
Okay.
Best of Next Door.
Now, Nextdoor is like a neighborhood connection app, right?
Yes,
Where
so
you
that's
can talk to
something
your
different.
neighbors.
If you live in a neighborhood as opposed to in the middle of downtown or maybe an apartment complex, your neighborhood might have a Nextdoor account.
So
account?
Nextdoor won't let apartment buildings use their service?
I mean, maybe they do. Let us know if you live in an apartment building
You're part of
that has
Nextdoor,
Nextdoor.
that'd
So
be-
we have one called the Ridgebrook area or something like that, and that's all the houses in our little subdivision. And people can comment on things like there's been a coyote lurking around. There was a lady the other day. This is the real Nextdoor right here. Talking about how she watched a coyote who was observing somebody's black lab through their fence and watched it the entire time the black lab was frolicking around the yard and didn't leave the fence until the black lab went inside. So she posted that for all to know, just so I think we'd be aware that, hey,
There's a very
there's a
dangerous
coyote,
coyote out.
watch your pets. So that's what Nextdoor is for. The Best of Nextdoor account is on Twitter, and it is hilarious.
It's also real. It's real
Yes.
posts, right?
It is not affiliated with the app. It's just somebody who decided to curate the best things they could find that people had posted on their Nextdoor app. So they get submissions from all sorts of people like me. I haven't done one yet, but and then they repost them.
Okay.
Some people are real ridiculous. So I've got a few examples to share with you.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say it has 174,000 followers, Best of Nextdoor, which is more than the regular Nextdoor account
I can
has.
imagine.
So one of the things I love is they're always posting polls. Apparently, when you're in the Nextdoor app, you can post a poll in your neighborhood, like asking for something, but people do not know how to use them. It must be confusing. And there's always stupid polls that they post, so they call it the hashtag poll of the day. So like this one says, poll, how do you upload picture? Trying to sell dining room set. And then there's the two poll options that you can vote for. And one of them says, how do you upload picture? And the other one says, trying to sell dining room set. And then what I love is people vote on it. It has 7 votes. Right now, 57% of people are voting for how do you upload picture. A lot of them will just say like poll and poll. Like they're not meaning to make a poll. I think they're just meaning to ask a question and they get stuck in the poll. Or one of them said, what is this? And then the other one said, I don't understand what they're asking or something. And then people vote on it. It was just a mistake. So that one makes me laugh. And then this is one of my favorites. It's from a long time ago, but I looked it up and I wanted to read it to you guys. So the title was Cute Little Thief. And somebody said, just today at 5:15 p.m., I had mail stolen directly from my mailbox. Cute young girl, but won't stop me from reporting her thief fingers. I'm an El Sobrante. Does this get reported to the sheriff or the post office? Description of the person involved. Hair, black with a single braid on her left side. Top, pink salmon-colored t-shirt. Bottom, black leggings. Shoes, sandals of some sort, no socks. Age, early 20s. Build, large breasts, average size body. Race, Latina or Asian. Sex, female. Other details, wearing black sunglasses. Happened at 5:15 Sunday. I have surveillance video, but I don't know how to attach it to this. Then an hour later, The same guy posts and said, "Okay, this is actually embarrassing. After showing my wife and stepdaughter, my stepdaughter told me that that's my daughter-in-law." My stepson's wife. I didn't recognize her. Her hair is different. Never mind. No crime here today. Thank you for the responses.
Oh my goodness. That's so
that was funny. There's actually a lot of posts where somebody will say, "Suspicious car parked at the end of the block," and somebody else will reply, "That was me. I was trying to find my lost dog," or something. So those crack me up. And then the one that came up now that goes with our Christmas episode and that we thought might be fun to discuss was this person that awoke and found a note attached to their front door, an anonymous note, and this is what it says. "Dear neighbor, we don't really know you as we live several houses down the street. We appreciate your Christmas spirit. However, my wife and I and several others in the neighborhood are concerned that your Christmas light decorations are not up to the status of this up-and-coming neighborhood. Compared to other festive homes, we feel that your decorations are quite unbecoming and are giving this neighborhood a bad look. We're sure that any of the neighbors, us included, would be happy to help you decorate properly and give this area the pristine look it deserves. We apologize if we seem uncouth or offensive. We moved here to be part of the growth and resurgence in this area. We hope you are not upset and hope you truly understand. We wish you nothing but the greatest of holidays full of love and happiness."
Oh my goodness. I cannot imagine receiving that letter in the mail.
So I'd already made Mark read that when I saw it a few days ago, and I was like, well, I would immediately pull down every decoration and just have a dark house for the entire holiday. And Mark said he would go the other way.
Yeah, I would put up the worst lights. Maybe make my current decorations a little bit worse. I have a lot of opinions about exterior illumination, and so I would maybe get some mismatched lights and hang those up. You know and or white, two different strands of white that they're different color whites. That drives me crazy. And maybe I would get some colored lights that blink and some that don't, and put them on the same tree.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. I would get as many inflatable things as I could afford, and maybe half inflate them.
Ooh, there you go.
That might be good.
Yeah.
So that's more Christian response.
Yeah. I really wish there was pictures attached to this Nextdoor account post, because I would like to see what the other houses think is good quality and what this house is doing that would prompt somebody to write that letter. Because there's no way, if it's anonymous, they're not going to go up to you and say, "Yes, will you please help me decorate my house?" Like, that's not really a thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
That
would be. So there's a neighborhood, a very wealthy neighborhood in Idaho, and there's this family moved into this neighborhood, and for years they have put on this big light show with a live nativity.
Oh,
Did you see this?
No, but I've just seen those types of light shows shown on
it's
things.
way out of control. And and they even have a live camel.
Oh, wow.
And thousands and thousands of people descend on it.
Okay.
And they move into this new neighborhood, and they start doing it in this neighborhood. And the neighborhood association demands that they stop doing it. And so this family sues the neighborhood association because they're saying that they are persecuting us because of our faith.
What?
And
and
the courts actually
like
sided with them.
Faith?
With their Christian faith.
And
they won $75,000 settlement. And I'm just like, and they're like, we're just trying to, share the good news. And I'm like, you're not. You're doing the opposite of sharing the good news.
That's terrible.
Turn those. Oh my God. I was just
terrible.
Like,
if you are renowned for your giant Christmas display, you need to check before you move in. Check with your HOA. Those things are serious. They've got a big.
I couldn't imagine living next to one of those lighted radio
atrocity.
That would be the worst. So anyway, well, that's a great slice, Amber.
So check out the Best of Nextdoor Twitter account. It is pretty funny.
Okay, what's making me happy, Amber, is
I'd like to know that.
I've made a quick change.
Ooh.
So my first one, I was like, I'm glad that I'm done with school. I had my last exam today of the semester. I've got another year and a semester left.
You're already over that happiness?
I'm over that happiness because what I realized I wanted to share with our listeners that maybe they weren't able to enjoy is that we were able to host the New Day Community Church talent show live. It was the first live segments, and we had a real hootenanny over there.
Yeah, I think they really specifically asked us because of our segment personalities, our podcast, and so we really pressed into that and advertised the show, put up our logo, played our intro music.
Yeah, I can't.
Explain to everybody what a podcast is.
It doesn't seem like we got any more downloads.
Yet.
People didn't race out that night to start listening to segments, but I think it's percolating.
They'd probably appreciate it if we also post a link to this new episode on our church page.
I think that's a great idea, Amber.
This is what we were talking about, everybody. It's right here.
Don't forget, segments. segments.libsyn.com.
Yeah.
Follow us. So it was really, really fun, and we had a good time doing 5 combined top 5 lists where we had to...
4. I think we did 4.
Well, we did 4. That's right, combined. And so we had to kind of wrestle through figuring out how to do combined top 5 lists.
Yeah, I was really happy to be back to doing my own top 5
And then
list
you
today.
didn't have to have my nasty top 5 kind of
Right.
infiltrate your pristine top 5.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what's making me happy.
That was super fun. I really enjoyed it.
Segment 1, the Christmas quiz.
Ooh, it's Christmas.
So Amber, I have created a Christmas quiz for us, and I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to go.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So you are familiar, I imagine, being a Christian woman, that there is an entire genre of novels called Amish Christian fiction.
I may have read 1 or 2 in my life.
You may have. Well, did you know that there are also Christian Amish Christmas fiction?
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It
but
does make sense. And I have found 5 different Christian Amish Christmas fiction books.
Whoa.
That's very hard to say. and I'm going to read you 2 synopsis.
Okay.
Synopsi.
Okay.
And you are going to tell me which is the actual synopsis for that book.
Okay.
Okay. And so this is Christian Amish. So we tried to do a segment regarding
Hallmark
romance
Oh.
books in the steaminess meter.
Oh,
But
right.
they were far too steamy.
Yeah. Did you check out any of these on the steaminess meter?
No, I did not. But these, I can't. I think that Christian Amish fiction is low. I don't think it even hits the steaminess meter.
I'd be curious to see.
Can you elaborate? Do you remember your
I mean, it's
a
just
young
romance.
woman in
I don't
your-
know. I don't know what they consider of steamy, but you know.
I mean, when you're
got
doing a
your-
barn raising, sometimes you got to take
you're
your
sweaty,
shirt off.
You're
and-
making the lemonade.
Mhm.
What I remember is there's always a shunning. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe that gets a little steamy and then they're shunned, and
Yeah.
that kind of makes up for it.
I thought in my mind, I'm like, probably if they go towards anything steamy, they just kind of put the ellipses in there and then start the next chapter.
Dot.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Amber, I'm going to read you,
You know
some
what?
synopsi. Yes.
I know that there's no unbuttoning of any clothes because they don't have any buttons.
I think they only have buttons, don't they? No,
No,
snaps.
I thought they were against
No
buttons.
zippers? I don't know.
Something like that.
Well, I'm with you. Okay, here we go. The first one is called The Lopsided Christmas Cake.
It's for sure called that,
It
and
is
then I'm
for
gonna
sure,
decide.
It is for sure called that.
That's flying off the shelves.
And so what I did was, in writing my synopsis, I flipped a coin to decide if I would put mine
Oh.
or the other one first.
So
this
I
is-
can't use my wily
yeah,
determination
no,
of what
this
you would
is-
put next. Okay,
This is all a coin
I appreciate
flip.
that.
Yeah. So The Lopsided Christmas Cake. Louise Hirschberger has won the Holmes County, Ohio Christmas Bake Off 8 years straight. She is focused on her baking and has big plans for the future. No time for suitors right now, she says. But when a handsome young suitor named Jasper Mast joins the competition, Lois defiantly turns her nose. But will this suitor distraction lead to baking up some love in the kitchen?
You got to check the steaminess meter. I think there's some there.
Sounds steamy. Twin sisters, this is the next one.
Okay.
Twin sisters Elma and Thelma agree to bake for the Amish charity auction, then find out they have to do it on stage. They bumble through cooking chaos and create a hilariously imperfect pastry, but it attracts bids and bachelors. Could a botched Christmas cake really be the key that unlocks romance for the Hochstetler sisters?
Wow. It feels like if you were going to make it up, you shouldn't call them Thelma and Elma. But Hochstetler, that does sound like something you'd come up with. I'd rather read the twin one, I think.
Okay.
Man. Would the Amish bake on a stage? It'd have to be during the day. Or
I like where you're thinking. You're really narrowing it.
I'm going to go with A.
You're saying that is the real one?
Lois and Jasper is the real one.
I am sorry, Amber. That's the one that I made up.
Wow, nicely done.
Lois Hirschberger and Jasper Mast? Yeah, I made that one up.
Jasper Mast.
All right, well, that's one. Amber, who are we playing for?
I don't know if we have anybody to
we
play
don't have
for.
anybody.
There's a lot of people that have won stickers that have never claimed them, so I'm afraid to keep giving them away. I'm not really sure where we're at. So if you've heard that you won a sticker and you never got it, send us a little DM.
Or if you haven't won a sticker before and you would love for us to play a game for you, give us a DM. Give us a shout out.
Yeah, usually we just pick somebody who's done in our comments. So I know that Brian and Amy and your mom have all already won stickers. Those are the people whose comments we had this time.
So you could win. Just let us know. We need you. Okay, Amber, number 2. Are you ready?
Number 2. I'm ready. I got that one wrong.
You got that one wrong. This one is called Becky Meets Her Match. Quick-witted and talented, 16-year-old Becky struggles with her weight and lack of dates. She hopes that moving to Pennsylvania to care for her grandparents will ease her self-consciousness. But when Daniel Stolfutz gives her the perfect Christmas gift, she abruptly leaves and disappears. Why did she run away? Will her friends ever find her?
Whoa, like that much disappearing? What's it called? Becky
Meets Her Match.
Okay.
All right. Here's the second one.
Okay.
Becky, a headstrong and bright young woman, is asked to help take care of Micah Schwartz's 4 children after his wife died last Christmas in a tragic buggy accident. Becky has always lived her life based on the Ordnung, a manual that governs all facets of Amish life.
I remember that from the books I read.
After discovering some unusual behavior, Becky is ready to go to the bishop, but Micah's warmth and her love for his children begin to open her up to love, even if Micah is a bit unorthodox.
Did you know about the Ordnung because you did a lot of Amish book research? Or was that the real one? I was trying to think what the other word was. There's the shunning and the Ordnung. If you do not follow the Ordnung, you may be shunned.
You might be. So we got quick-witted and talented 16-year-old Becky. She struggles with her weight and lack of dates. Or we have headstrong and bright Becky, who's helping to take care of unorthodox Micah Schwartz's 4 children.
I feel like your Amish fiction skews a little older. So I'm going to go with the widower with the 4 children is the correct answer.
Amber, I'm sorry. That
you
is one
made
that I made up.
I'm real impressed. That also sounds like a better story to me.
Yes. Well, maybe I should write Amish Christian fiction. Okay, Amber, you can still win this. You just have to get the next 3 right.
Okay.
Is this good radio? I don't know.
Yes.
So this one is called The Amish Christmas Cowboy.
Okay.
And it's part of a series. The series is called The Amish Spinster Club.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Okay, number 1. In the midst of the largest snowstorm Holmes County has ever seen, there is a knock on the Yoder's door. A half-frozen Amish horseman named Paul Baylor falls inside. Becca needs to help him, but her folks aren't home from town yet. She brings him into their home and lays him down by the fire, doing everything she can think of to warm him up. Paul... Amber. Paul revives as the snow continues to fall, but Ma and Pa still aren't home. Are they stuck out in the storm? Can Becca allow him to go back out into the cold? Can she risk losing her Christmas cowboy?
Wow. How do we even know he's a cowboy?
It's just in the title.
Okay.
The Amish Christmas Cowboy. Number 2. Nanny Sarah Coons has her hands full with her kinder. Her over... She's got her hands full with her kinder,
Yeah, she does.
her overbearing brothers, and her big dreams. And it only gets worse when she takes on the care of an injured cowboy. For Amish traveling horseman Toby Christner, tight-knit Harmony Creek represents everything he's run from. Until he heals, he can't leave. But will falling for Sarah make him want to stay?
I cannot believe you made one of these up. Oh, man. The kinder. Did you really say that? That seems too crazy to be real. Man. I'm going to go with the first one. Cowboy revived by the fire. It doesn't tell you that he's a cowboy, but that seems like that might be real then. I'm going to go with the first one is the true one.
Amber, that's incorrect. That was the
Dang
one that I
it.
made up.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm real good.
You
at
are
this.
really good.
Okay. This next one, don't worry, listening audience, there's only 2 left. An Amish holiday wedding.
Okay.
Okay. Christmas in Amish country is big business, and at the Bontrager's Bakery, it's the time of year when they make the most money of the whole year. People from far and wide come for their delicious treats. But when Lars Hochstetler returns 3 years after courting Mary and then leaving without explaining why, now he's back, and he's ready to start over again. But can Mary trust him?
That is the second Hochstetler. Is it a series?
And there's only so many standard Amish names that you
Is
can
that a
use.
standard Amish name?
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine. On the brink of losing her bakery, the last thing Faith Yoder's interested in is courting, until Hunter Schwartz returns to Willow Creek. After hiring him to deliver her treats to a Christmas festival, Faith's determined their relationship will stay strictly professional. But despite a secret that's kept her single, Faith can't help but wish she and Hunter could become husband and wife.
Wasn't there a Hunter Schwartz in another one too?
I don't remember. Hunter Schwartz. No, I
No?
don't think
Okay.
so.
It just sounds so familiar. Her secret. What was the title
It's
called?
probably one of the ones that you read. This one's called An Amish Holiday Wedding.
Probably one of the ones I read. Man, they both have Yoders in them, huh?
I'm reading through here. So the second one has Faith Yoder. The first one we've got Bontrager's Bakery, and
Okay.
then Lars Hochstetler.
There was a
comes.
Yoder in the previous question.
Okay,
Then.
that could be.
I know the name Yoder has come up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the second one is the true one.
That is correct,
Phew.
Amber. That is the true one. Good job. You got one.
I got one
One
right.
out of 4. Let's see. Can you get the last one?
Okay.
The Christmas Remedy.
Mm.
The Christmas Remedy.
Mm-hmm.
24-year-old Holly Zook lives a unique life for a young Amish woman. Years ago, her bishop allowed her to continue her education and became the lead technician for Green's Pharmacy, an old-timey drugstore that looks out for the Amish community, a group largely without secure health care plans.
Wow. Okay.
She knows. She knows she can't marry and hold on to her professional job. That's a given. Probably
I
in the
mean-
Ortnung. She's Amish, and she can only have one or the other, so she spurns love and works toward addressing treatable diseases, like the one that claimed her father's life. As long as Holly continues to avoid Joshua Smucker, the one man who draws her like a warm hearth in winter, she should be fine.
Steaminess meter.
When something unexpected threatens Green's Pharmacy, Holly and Joshua must work together to unravel what's happened and find the missing patient before the Board of Pharmacy shuts them down.
Wow.
As the snows of December arrive with Christmas in the air, will Holly succumb to the generous spirit of the season?
I can't. If you wrote that, I'm real impressed. That's a lot.
That's a lot. A little long. Ruth Troyer, this is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth Troyer has lived her whole life in Collier's Grove, and now her and her family are moving to a brand new home in Lancaster County. Her father says things are going to be better there, but Ruth can't imagine leaving her friends behind. And why are they leaving right before Christmas? The Troyers are invited to a Christmas Eve party at the Schrock farm. Meeting Luke Schrock, it seems like maybe this move isn't the worst thing that ever happened. And maybe Luke has the remedy for what ails her. If only he wasn't pledged to someone else.
That's very good. I think the first one is the real one. I hope that you didn't come up with a story where it says the Amish don't have good health care.
Amber, you are correct.
Phew.
Unfortunately, I did not. My favorite line in that is, as long as Holly continues to avoid Joshua Smucker, the one man who draws her like a warm hearth in winter.
Yeah, he does.
Meow. You know?
Yeah.
And what does it mean, will Holly succumb to the generous spirit of the season? That seems like that could be some steaminess there.
Yeah. See, I don't know that these books were written for Amish. I think they're written for people that...
They're written for Christians. Who
Yes.
want non-steamy romance.
I think we're talking low on the steaminess meter, but I think there's still going to be
There's
some
still going to be
steaminess.
some steam. So like Twilight level steam.
Yeah.
Man, I can't even imagine. Maybe we should read one.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
That sounds like a big investment.
Yeah, that's no good. Amber, you did not win that quiz.
I did not win the Christmas quiz.
The Amish Christian quiz. The Amish Christmas Christian. That's the Christmas and Christian are. It's hard to say those real close by each other.
Yeah.
Christmas Christian.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas Christian.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's
so
hard.
yeah, so there we go. People will say that was one of the quizzes you've done.
If you're just one of our new listeners after the talent show, go back and try a couple other episodes before you give up on us.
Segment 2. Top 5 Christmas party foods.
So you know, Christmas time, there's lots of parties.
Okay, that's
There's
true.
work parties, there's family parties, there's just fun friend parties. And when you show up, there's almost always going to be food.
Yes. Like little foods that you're going to grab one of the festive paper plates.
Okay, usually a smaller than normal size.
And you're going to put a little of this and a little of that on your plate. So I said, no, this is not pies.
Right.
A pie is going to take up that whole plate.
Yeah, you also have Christmas meals. There's lots of Christmas meals
That's
in
not
which
this
there might
either.
be a dessert. That's not this. These are like finger foods. These are like things you can revisit throughout the night.
You're using this as a buffer between you and some guy from work that you don't really want to talk to.
Yeah.
So that's what this plate of food is.
Okay.
Okay. And I believe I will go first.
Okay.
So my number 5. And this just kind of squeaked in there. It barely beat out Rice Krispie treats.
Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah. Well,
That you would ever have it close to your top 5.
okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen you eat a Rice Krispie treat.
I wish there was some.
Okay.
So the other day I was at Speedway, my favorite gas station, and I was standing in line, and they had a special holiday. It was probably a 12-inch by 18-inch thing of Rice Krispie treats.
Like an entire pan of...
It's like a pan without the pan. It was all wrapped up in that kind of shiny blue foil,
Yeah.
and it had the little 3 guys, the little
Yeah.
elves or whatever.
Were you tempted by it?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
But on the package it said you can add stuff to this, and I'm like, no, thank you.
No, that's the thing. You wouldn't want to add anything. You probably want half the amount of marshmallows they normally put in them. But the problem is it's real dry.
Exactly. All right, so that I spent a lot of time talking about my number 6.
Okay.
My number 5 is gingerbread cookies.
Oh,
Gingerbread cookies are real good, especially if they're shaped like a gingerbread man.
you think that helps the taste?
Well, I like to eat the feet and then like the hands, and you can eat the head. I just like
It's like
that.
these handy appendages you can bite.
Yeah. And when else do you eat a ginger cookie? Very
Never,
very
yeah.
rarely. And if they're made well, they're real good.
Do you remember that I have a recipe to make big, soft ginger cookies, they're called? They're just round and they're kind of puffy. But they're just gingery. There's nothing else to them. I only make them at Christmas also.
Huh. I would like to. I don't recall them.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm in my brain. I'm kind of picturing kind of that flatter, less puffy ginger
Right.
bread. cookie.
Oh, yeah. I would agree that that's what you're...
And then there's
Talking about.
you can put that little kind of, you put like squiggly icing on its feet and squiggly by its hands, and that's like the classic gingerbread squiggle. I don't know.
It is a classic gingerbread squiggle. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. No, my number 5, gingerbread
It's
cookies.
classic. Well, my number 5.
Wait a minute, Amber. I'd probably put 2 of them on my plate.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How big are they?
Probably the size of my hand.
Oh,
a little
we're
bit
talking
smaller.
little plates. You're gonna have to eat those before you come
can
back for anything else.
They're flat. You can stack other
Oh,
things
okay,
on top
okay.
of them as long as they're dry.
All right.
Okay.
So, honestly, one of the things I want to see when I go to a Christmas party is a veggie tray.
Oh, really?
And I do want it to have a good quality dip. None of that fat-free Marzettis.
Okay.
I'd rather have no dip
Nope.
than that.
Okay, wow.
But there's some dips that, just your regular Marzetti's ranch, that's okay.
Okay.
It's awkward when it's been out for 6 hours or something and you wonder if it's still okay to eat. But what you really want is more like a dip mix that was put together with maybe some sour cream or something, and real stiff, and some flavors in there.
Yeah.
Some spices and some flakes of things. So, look, garlic, you want to be able to dip your veggies in something like that.
Huh. I'm probably about 50-50 on whether I take the veggie dip along with the veggies.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the thing about the veggie tray, especially when you get to actual Christmas, is that you've eaten so much crap all of the whole month, and you know you're going to eat more. But at least if you take some veggies, you feel a little better about it.
Need a little bit of that.
So I want the veggies to be there, but I'm not going to be excited about it. Put in my top 5 unless it has a good quality dip.
What are the appropriate veggies? You got your baby carrots. You got
Maybe.
no.
So
What do you
often
think?
baby carrots taste like soap.
Wow, that's weird. So maybe like
I like a broccoli with a dip. I like that a lot.
broccoli.
I like a cucumber slice.
I do like that.
I like mushrooms, nice fresh white mushroom, crispy. I like a pepper. Again, if it's fresh.
Oh, Amber's very
Something about
demanding.
me, I don't want any rotten vegetables on my vegetable tray.
Yeah, that is weird about you. So, all right. Well, that never came to my mind.
Cauliflower is
Ugh.
good.
I want to like cauliflower.
With a dip? Maybe that.
No, never tried it.
Oh, my word.
I probably have. I don't know.
Well, it's real good.
Okay.
So my number 5 is a veggie tray with a quality dip.
You hear that, Laura? Quality dip. All right.
It's not a slam on a dip I've had in the past. I'm
No.
just saying.
Okay. My number 4 is sugar cookies with icing. So you can buy sugar cookies at like Myers or something. They come with frosting, and that's a very
Oh.
puffy kind of too
Flavorful.
too much kind of a thing. So this icing is something that my grandma's sugar cookies had, and so my grandma's sugar cookies were a little flatter than what you'll get, and they had this. I don't even know what it was.
You can make icing with just powdered sugar and milk.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. I couldn't remember what she'd said, and it's that, and it kind of hardens on
Yeah.
there, and it's and she would sometimes put those little silver BB looking things on
Yeah.
there, and I can't imagine eating those as an adult. I feel like it would break a tooth. But,
Yeah.
I did, and I love sugar cookies. I love plain sugar cookies, and I love sugar cookies with that icing on them. And it reminds me of going to my grandma's house for Christmas.
It is that's a perfect Mark food. It's definitely the vanilla of cookies, the least flavor you can have and still call it a cookie.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's true.
I mean, can you think of a less flavorful cookie?
It's sugar. The flavor is sugar.
Yeah, but there's a lot you can do with sugar.
I
And then
don't
to
know.
put those silver balls on it.
Well,
That's like the worst.
I don't care so much about the silver balls.
I can
just
picture
remember
it, though.
those.
It's
She would put
it's pretty on a tray. I know why
sprinkles
people
on
would do
it.
that.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
and they don't. I just don't like the big old frosting that
I
you
know
get
you don't.
from mine. I just don't get it. You got to scrape half of it off.
He's talking about those Loft House cookies, people. Those are classically delicious.
They are not though. They want to be, and they're trying to be like Grandma's cookies, but they did not do it. And so I don't have anything else to say about those.
I think it's great. I'm not trying to give you too hard of a time.
My number 4, sugar cookies with icing.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
My number 4, pickles and olives.
Like little baby gherkins?
I think there might be a better name for it.
Gherkins.
No, just a general pickle and olive tray. I think there's something that you use to describe it.
Charcuterie.
Sort of, but not quite.
Hors d'oeuvres.
I want to see definitely gherkins. Definitely gherkins, but maybe some spears, maybe some baby dills.
Never heard it. I don't. What's it? I don't know what a baby dill is.
That
It
would
just
be
looks-
it looks like a full pickle, but it is smaller.
Oh well, maybe that's what I think a gherkin is.
I mean, a gherkin is a sweet. sweet pickle.
I don't know.
I
my
want
pickles.
both.
I don't know my
I want
pickles.
sweet, I want dill, I want spear, and I also want olive. So this is your savory, zesty, flavorful tray. I want black olives, I want green olives, big ones and small ones.
Man, I had an olive the other day.
Yeah.
What was I on?
You ever had a salad, a
Oh,
Cobb
yeah,
salad
and
or something?
an olive fell on my fork or something. It was so gross. It tasted
What'd you
like
say?
nasty dirt or
Yeah,
something.
you did say that. Garbage or something.
Yeah, it was like a big pile of garbage on my Cobb salad. I don't
so
get
wrong.
it. I don't
Yeah.
get it. It just doesn't taste like yum to me.
Huh.
But
It was a black olive.
often wrong.
Black olives, I like them, but they're not as good as the green.
Hmm.
The green olives, I could just eat by the handful, people. So good. So I like the pickle and olive tray. Number 4.
I love that. Okay, Amber, my number 3, another cookie. And maybe this is a cookie that I like more than a sugar cookie. It's a little something we call a no-bake cookie.
Oh,
They're so
that is
good.
nice.
And you can make them not good. And Myers makes them. Man, I'm really slamming Meyer. They don't make very good ones.
I'm trying to picture them.
They look just the same. That's the thing. They look very similar.
Oh, yeah.
but
They're not very good. You're
No.
right.
And I don't know what it is about them, but I could eat a zillion
Yeah, the
no-bake
recipe
cookies.
that I use came from your grandma's church cookbook, and it is
Oh.
real good. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's peanut butter, it's chocolate, it's squishy, but
there peanut butter in it?
yeah.
Oh, man. That might
Peanut
be
butter,
what puts it over the
oatmeal,
edge.
chocolate.
Yeah, I like the
Butter.
texture of it. I
Yeah.
like the weight of it. I like the yumminess of it.
Yeah.
So, there you
It's
go.
a real good cookie. Look at you, 3 cookies. I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, I know. Number 3, no-bake cookies.
I think maybe with
They're
the
actually
word.
good all the time, all year round.
Yeah, true. The word I was looking for, I believe, was a relish tray. Relish tray, pickles and olives. My number 3 favorite food to find at a Christmas party is something that my mom makes. Other people may have had it too. It is a block of cream cheese,
Okay.
and then on that cream cheese you pour some cocktail sauce, like you would dip a shrimp in. And then on the top of that, you can put either little tiny shrimps or some crab, even that imitation crab, diced up on top of the cocktail sauce. And then you use a cracker and you scrape some crab, cocktail sauce, cream cheese mixture onto the cracker, a little wheat thin or a Ritz. It is so good.
I've seen that at many gatherings.
Yeah. It's not up your alley.
No.
No. It's the horseradish from the cocktail sauce with the cream cheese. It's really, really good. I really enjoy that. And then another variation on that kind of the cream cheese, you can have a brick of cream cheese and then you can pour a jalapeno jelly over it. And that could be like a reddish or a greenish color. And then you dip your crackers in that, the jelly and the cream cheese. Here's the really sad thing. One year, probably 4 or 5 years ago, at the preschool where I teach, someone gave me a jar of jalapeno jelly. But I didn't know what it was. It was real bright green, like real bright, like a Mountain Dew green jelly. And I thought, I'm never going to put this on toast. Like I don't mind jalapenos, but I would never put this on toast. And I kept it for a few months and then I threw it away. Then I went somewhere and they had this out, a block
Wow.
of cream cheese with jalapeno jelly on top of it. And it was one of the most magical things I've tasted. And I
Wow.
just threw the jar away because I didn't know what to do with it. All I
Wow.
could think of was jelly on toast or jelly with peanut butter. And you wouldn't do that with that bright green thing, but you would put it on cream cheese and I wasted it.
Wow. Well, I bet they still make it.
It's a homemade.
Oh.
I don't know
Huh.
where you buy it.
I don't know. If you ever find some, it's all yours.
Okay. I believe it. That was my number 3, cocktail sauce and crab over cream cheese
Okay.
with crackers.
My number 2, if I'm heading into a Christmas party and it's like, man, I want something a little bit special. I'm looking for like a potato chip,
Yeah.
maybe a ruffle,
Ooh.
plain, and like a French onion dip, maybe like a Meyer, and I will predominantly eat that.
There's nothing wrong with a classic.
Yeah, also good year round.
It tastes good. That's true.
As I'm going through this list, I realized that there are certain things that I would be excited about at a party that are Christmassy, and
Yeah.
then there's just chips and dip, which are just good all the time, but they're always going to be at a Christmas party, right?
Yeah, I think that it's okay. You know, I think a lot of these foods could be eaten year round. We just don't bother getting out our special recipes unless it's a holiday.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wish I had something interesting to say. I got nothing.
About chips and dip.
Chips and dip.
Is Meyer brand your favorite?
Probably.
For a while it was for sure, and then it's like they changed their recipe.
Yeah, they
or
did
something.
change their recipe. It's a little bit soupier now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
What about-
I've tried. I like Hell of a Good Dip.
Yeah.
Those are good. There's like a horseradish bacon, but I used to get that because my kids wouldn't eat it,
Yeah.
and so that was kind of my go-to. So
What
now my
about-
kids are mostly gone.
The sour cream with the soup packet mixed in there.
Ben and my dad
French
do
onion
that,
soup.
and that's fine. I kind of grew up. That was the
Yeah.
French onion dip that I grew up with, and I don't know. It's a
You'll
little
eat
bit-
it if it's there, but
I'll
it's
eat it
not
if
your
it's there, but
preference.
it's a little bit powerful. It's
Oh,
usually it has a
okay.
little bit more. What's the word? A little kick, a little flavor to it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Remember that time I made one with leek soup mix?
It sounds familiar.
Instead of onion soup mix, I had leek soup mix. It worked.
I bet. So yeah, there you go.
Chips and dip. I'm surprised it's not your number one, really.
Yeah. As this rousing top 5
Oh, no.
rounds out, my number 2 is chips and dip.
Oh, dear. All right. My number 2 is a cheese ball.
I love a cheese ball.
Cheese balls are real good.
Almost made my list.
Wow. There's lots of different ways to do a cheese ball. My mom makes a great one. I called her before we recorded to figure out what some of the ingredients were. So it's cream cheese based. It's got some pineapple. It's got some pecans. It's got some green onions and some seasoning salt. And then I think there's pecans mixed in the middle. Plus, once you get it into this ball shape, then you roll it in pecans. So the whole outside of the globe is covered in little pecans.
Mm-hmm.
And then again with a wheat thin. That's
you
real good.
refrigerate it.
Yes, in fact, you refrigerate it overnight so the flavors can mix and marry.
So here's the problem with a cheese ball, and probably why it didn't make my top 5, is that you got maybe your knife
Yeah.
to try to spread the cheese, and you
Yeah.
always break the cracker. You're just always going to break
it's too
that
firm.
cracker.
It's too firm. You're saying. Hmm.
Yeah. So if there was some sort of like a hair dryer or something kind of blowing on it,
That's
on
hilarious.
on the table that kind of softened it, that made it,
Ah.
because you want it to be spreadable, kind of like that Schuler's.
Yeah, the Schuler's is real good. So maybe you just need to take it out of the fridge way early.
Yeah.
Put it by a warm, sunny window.
Put it in a little blanket.
All right, I agree. It is hard to spread.
Or you're like, I'm just gonna take this cracker and just kind of scoop some cheese.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No,
It just breaks into
sir.
pieces. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a difficult one. It keeps you from eating as much, I think, though. Maybe that's the
Hey,
trick.
that's a good idea. That's a good point. So my number 2 top Christmas party snack is a cheese ball.
Okay. Well, Amber, we have finally come to the pinnacle of my Christmas party list, and what I want to see out there is a tray with Ritz crackers and some already cut up cheese, so I can put a piece of that cheese right on the cracker and eat it up.
Would you want it to be like from a block of cheese or like a slice of cheese cut into pieces?
I think anything. I'm in kind of in that cheddar family.
Ah,
And sometimes if the cheddar's gone, I'll go with like the Colby.
okay. Cheddar first.
Then
Then
Colby.
Colby.
I would never do. What's the kind of spicy one?
Like a pepper jack?
Like a pepper. I would never do
Never,
that. I would-
even in a pinch.
No.
What about a Swiss?
Yeah, that'd be down there.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be down there. Swiss feels like a kind of a not very flavorful cheese.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'd rather have just a Ritz than put pepper jack on it.
Wow.
And then I also like the Pepperidge Farms sausage.
Oh, yeah.
But that can get kind of overpowering.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll cut that sausage
Like
in
a
half,
summer
maybe.
sausage.
Like a summer sausage.
Summer sausage, cheese, crackers. That is a nice combo.
Yeah. So that cheese cracker summer sausage tray is that's what I'm looking for.
All right.
Some of that, some chips and dip,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple of cookies, and you're good to go.
I think you did figure out all your favorites. I can see you eating those.
Yep, I have a very limited. I would probably try some. I was thinking, I would probably try some different things. Like, if there's like a toasted bread with some kind of fancy thing on it, I'd probably
Sure.
eat that. But it's not like I'm going there like, oh, I hope
Hoping
they've
for
got
that.
some
Yeah.
bruschetta or something.
You know, see it on the table and go, yes.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just a happy, average guy eating my chips and dip, eating my cheese and crackers.
Aw, I love you.
Thank you. So my number 1, Ritz crackers and cheddar cheese.
All right.
Sliced, please. Maybe a cube.
Ooh, a cube of cheese. That's hard on a cracker, but I guess you just
I
got to
can do
eat it all at once.
I can do it.
You
I
can
would
do
bite
it.
it in half. I bite the cheese and the cracker
So
in half.
you'd put the cheese right in the middle of the cracker
Mhm.
and then bite so you have half of each in your mouth.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Do you want us to slow that down, listeners? A replay? My number one top Christmas party snack is my only really sweet one on the list.
That's very strange to me.
I know. Peanut butter balls.
I love those.
We call
Are
them
those
that
what
in
we
my
call
family. Other people call them Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So that is a peanut butter, powdered sugar, butter kind of mix, sweet to fill the middle, sweetened peanut butter, not just plain peanut butter. And then you have to put those in the fridge for a while and harden. And once they're hard, then you dip them in melted chocolate and then you let them harden again. And it gets kind of a not crispy, but a firm chocolate shell and the sweetened peanut butter on the inside. It's real good. So the recipe that we have makes 200. Takes a really long time. A lot of in and out of the fridge. A lot of dropping peanut butter balls in the melted chocolate and trying to fish them out. But it's nice to have a lot when you get them done. Then you can share them and bring them to different places. I'm wondering, Molly was just asking if we could have some this year.
Oh.
Can I half the recipe? Could I quarter it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you still do the baking the Christmas cookies?
I have not the last couple of years, but I used to.
Yeah.
With my mom, make a big tray of assorted cookies. We
It's
have
a big
an
hootenanny.
English toffee that's real good.
Yeah.
Those peanut butter cookies with the Hershey's Kiss in the middle.
I always take the Hershey's Kiss right off.
You're so silly. You're so silly. I have a nice white chocolate peppermint fudge that I really like. It makes the tray a little different. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's got some white chocolate instead of just milk chocolate.
I think we talk about food a lot because I have this kind of shtick where I talk about how I just like regular food.
Yeah.
And it feels a little bit played out.
I know. We keep saying stuff and I keep thinking I think we talked about that in another episode.
Yeah. Well, this is where it all comes crashing down.
We made it to episode 34
We got
and now we
nothing-
just have to repeat
We have nothing
old
new to say.
material. You know what we've never really talked about? What it was like when we went to Israel. Because we haven't gone yet.
That's true.
So
but
when we have an episode about that, it'll all be brand new.
It'll all be brand new. So you can look forward to that, dear listeners.
Yes. Now we're going to come up with all sorts of new topics for the new year. We'd love to hear some topic suggestions from you guys. That would be fun. We got some that we used. We used our parents in pop culture.
Yeah, that was from Amy.
Idea from Amy, and I think there's some other ones that she submitted.
And from my brother John, he was the one.
Oh, the movie's so bad they're good. That was a fun one.
Yeah. So we'll avoid Star Wars and food for a couple weeks here.
Couple weeks.
For a couple.
2019 is going to be another Star Wars year.
Oh, that's right. But that's not until December 2019.
True.
So.
I don't know if we can wait till December.
Yeah, we'll see.
We want to thank you guys for joining us. We would love to hear from you. You can leave feedback or topic suggestion ideas about this episode on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook by searching Segments Cast. Or you can always email or Gmail us at segments@gmail.com. You can find our episode page online at segments.libsyn.com. Libsyn is spelled Libsyn.
Yeah, and you can look us up and subscribe on your podcast player of choice, and we would love it if you guys shared the show with others. If there's somebody out there that you think would find our brand of food, Star Wars humor hilarious, send a
Amish Christian
Amish
book.
Christian fiction. Send them our way, and we'll see what they think. It's not your fault if they don't like it.
I mean, kind of it is.
Kind of it is. Segments isn't for everybody. I heard a story. I heard a story, and the names will remain anonymous. And this lady was telling another lady from church, like, "Oh, I miss, being able to get out and see people as much as I want to." And this friend of mine was like, "Oh, well, you could listen to podcasts. You could listen to Mark and Amber's podcast." And this lady was like, "I tried that once."
That's not for everyone. It's not for everyone, and it might not be what you're expecting.
Mm-mm.
You might have been expecting a more teaching experience.
Something a little bit more useful.
Substantial.
There it is. But it's not. This is fun.
No, let's just
This is
chill
about
out.
fun.
Listen
Just
to us
kick
while
your
you
feet
fold
up.
your laundry, drive your car.
Sometimes you got to listen to something that doesn't make your brain work.
Ah,
And we very rarely make your brain work.
very rarely. We hardly make our brains work.
Exactly. So awesome. Well, we want to say thank you to Emma for the logo and graphics. If you want her to draw you something, she is always taking commissions at Of Hauntings on the Twitters.
And thank you to EDM Samurai for our intro and outro music. You can find him on SoundCloud. Man, I
SoundCloud?
think I said that last time. SoundCloud at EDM Samurai.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you in a couple of weeks.
Enjoy that Christmas party food. Let us know what we forgot.
Happy snacking.
Happy snacking. Gherkins.
Fire doing everything she can think of to warm him up. Paul,